Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name's Michelle and I call myself the Beauty Treasure Hunter. Today I've got several little treasures for you and a way to use a stick and a tinted sunscreen in combination to give you a light yet good coverage complexion. So if you want to see how I got this look and what kind of hidden gems I have for you today, then hang with me. Okay, I'm going to get started today with some Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. This is a SPF of 60. Okay, now that does feel, like I'm getting ready to go to the pool kind of sunscreen. And I'm going to follow that with this Australian Gold, and it's an SPF of 30, but it's also an instant bronzer, which is different from self-tanner. I have noticed a lot of YouTubers kind of use those terms interchangeably, but they're not the same. If something is a self-tanner, it has DHA in it, and that's going to react with the amino acids in your skin. And so for me, what that means is any dry patches that I have, it soaks it up. They become almost black, especially if it's like a gradual tanner and you're doing it over time. They're just going to get darker and darker wherever your dry patches are. So honestly, I've gotten to the point where I don't do the self-tanner anymore, but I do the bronzer and like bronzing drops. So since this is an instant bronzer, I know that means it's just coloring. It's not the DHA that's going to make me dark over time. But I think we can still get that look using body makeup and more instant bronzers. And I know this is meant for the body, but it felt fine. It does not feel any oilier than the other sunscreen that I just used. To start off my lips today, I found these LA Colors lip stains. They're in different flavors or scents, and they are like the pH reactive type, but I really like having just a hint. They're not over the top, so I think it's good to both condition your lips and give yourself just a little bit of color underneath whatever lip combo you're going to do that day. And I got these on Amazon, and I think they were like $2.98. This one is Tropical Punch, but it really doesn't have a flavor or a scent, maybe just barely. So we'll see what kind of color I get with that. Okay, next, I'm going to prime my eyelids with one of these. This one's by Catrice. It's got a highlighter on one end and a matte highlighter on the other end. I could use this Maybelline Tattoo eyeshadow stick, but this one is in like a matte nude color. Number 15, I Am Confident, is a good one for that. Then I have mentioned before the Look Alive color by Hard Candy. And this one is by Billion Dollar Beauty. It's got a highlight on one end and a concealer on the other. And I really like how creamy this is. So when I was swatching them to decide which one to use, I was like, oh, I want to use this one. And I have been getting, you can get Billion Dollar Beauty directly from them, their website, but I see a lot of their things at Marshall's and TJ Maxx as well. Still wearing my God Venus lash sectionals with the Kiss Super Stick up to 5-day wear glue, and that's on my upper lash line. And I also have some eyeshadow today by Billion Dollar Beauty. I have two palettes. This one I think is supposed to like mimic the Natasha Denona 5 pans, and then this one, which is so creamy. This one was my favorite in swatching. I was hoping that this sparkle over here would be really nice, but it is more of a like chunky glitter which, you know, it's a little bit different than what I wanted to go for today. That is nice though, but I may do this again sometime in a different video. I think I'll go with this one, and this is called the Enchanted palette. And I'm going to start with this just very, very light pink at the top. And I'm going to try to use brushes from my new BeauArt brush set. I'm going to start off with this one. It is a paddle blender. It's number 21 in this set. And this doesn't correspond to like the Sephora brushes like the other set does. So that's nice and buttery and blendable. I'm going to use a small shadow, number 26, I think. Looks like this. And I'm going to stay on this top row and go into this. It's kind of a very light pinky mauve, kind of like Nooner, if you're familiar with Urban Decay's Naked 3 palette, although not as pigmented there. Okay, this could have been another just all over lid shade, I believe. So I'm going to move on. Going to go to the second row, very end. It's just a light brown. Let's see if this has enough pigment to be the crease shade. Yeah, that makes a better crease shade. I'm going to hang on to this same brush and go to the bottom row. This one right here looks a little bit cooler. I'm going to start building up that outer corner. I find that this pattern of doing my eyeshadow really helps lift. Okay, now I'm going to use the darker brown on the second row as a liner for underneath my lower lash line. And this is the perfect brush for that. It says Small Smudge 28. It's a small flat. And I think this palette was just $6.99 and the smaller one was like $5.99. All right, now I've got a few shimmers in here. These three, this one's just more of a sheen. Gonna take a look at these. There's a pinkier one. Ooh, that's pretty. And then a more taupe one. I like all those. I think I'm gonna go with the first one though, because it seemed more like a topper shade. This one's not quite as sparkly as the palette that I used in my last video. So I am going to try out this sparkly shade in the smaller palette. Just tapping. Okay, I'm going to work on my brows for a minute, and I'm going to use today the Clairol. It's a root touch-up, and this one, pretty sure it's medium brown. And I'm going to use the liner 31 out of this set. Here's what it looks like. Let's see if I can fake the tail end of a brow there. I like to be super careful at the front and then gradually get a little bit darker. Okay, I'm going to lay them down today with my Ardell brow glue. A little dab will do ya.
With Brill Cream, a little dab will do you.
A little dab will do ya on the Ardell brow glue too. I think I'm going to use this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer. Mine is in shade 6. And it has a unique little doe foot. There's kind of a dip in it. And I forgot to clean up my edges. So I'll do it now. This is a Mange concealer brush. Same little kitten paw shape. Super, super soft. You know how some, if the bristles are shorter and more dense, it's more pokey. And if they're a little bit longer and can kind of bend with you, it's makes stippling feel good, actually. And I don't think I picked the best color for me in this, but on the expensive ones, I can only afford to get one. I'm going to pat it in, and I'll set it down in just a minute. Let's see, I got this Verified Liquid Liner by Ofra, and it is just a felt liner, and I'm going to do a little bit on the upper lash line. And I'm attempting to do this without looking at my mirror, but just looking at the monitor, which is pretty far away. Okay, so you can see the difference there. And for my mascara today, I'm going to use my little bitty Charlotte Tilbury Exxagerize. Isn't it funny how sometimes I think I end up liking the small version better? Probably because my new one is just that. It's new and quite wet and probably needs to dry out just a little bit. I'm going to do a couple of things for my complexion today. First, I'm going to use some Supergroup Protec Tint, and mine was in the shade 20C. And I got this at TJ Maxx. Going to use that around the perimeter. And then I'm going to use a Lancome stick. It's been on sale at Ulta, and mine is in shade 260 Bisque, and it's neutral. And I'm going to use this more on my T-zone. I'm going to start off with this in my perimeter, on my perimeter. So this is like the third layer of sunscreen. But I have had melanoma twice. So I know you can never have too much sunscreen. And mine were just 2 primary lesions. Okay, this feels very nice. It's not very high coverage, but it kind of evens things out, which is what I need today. Now I'm going to go in with my Lancome. That feels really good as well. And it comes with a little brush on the other end. Yeah, it is a brush. It's not a sponge. And I've never tried it, so I'll try it. This would be fantastic on the go. I keep a foundation stick in my purse for beauty emergencies. The one I keep in my purse is the one I have used for years. It's by Tarte, and it's an Amazonian clay foundation stick in like this perfect color for me. I think it's like 22B. So since this has like the little built-in brush, it would be fabulous for travel, for being an emergency makeup in your purse. Feels nice. I love a good foundation stick. Not the ones that are, you know, thick and sticky or dry, but the ones that just glide on and blend in and melt into your skin. Ugh, I love those. All right, I've been seeing this a lot at like TJ Maxx and Marshall's, and it is by Beauty Blender, and it contains both a cream bronzer and, when you flip it up, a cream highlight. So I saw this yesterday at TJ Maxx, and they had several of them, and they had made it to clearance. They've been there a while, and they were just $5. So I'm going to start off. I was going to reach for a 47. I'm going to go try to use my new set. Oh yeah, I've got this flat angled one. There's also one that's just totally flat for buffing. This one says Precision Face number 8. I'm gonna kind of use it in the same places that I do a contour. And the shade of this bronzer is Buff. So I'm not sure if it's the medium or the light. The ones I saw yesterday were mediums. And there is a really cute little dense soft brush, the Blurring Buffer number 13, that I think will be great for cream highlights. And I'm going to go ahead and do that first before I do my blush today. See, it's a very subtle highlight. I really like it. The color of that is Pearl. Okay, I am going to set down my under eyes now. I'm going to use this brush. This one is the Diffused Highlighter 12, but I'm going to use it for my under eye powder. And this is, of course, my H2O Lock LA Girl. I just kind of like to spin it and tap. And just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a new MAC. This one's the Glowplay blush. They're bouncy, and this one's in Cheer Up. And I'm going to use, this is the same kind of shape as the number 47, but this one, it says Liquid Impressed Powder 04, but it is a kitten paw, so. And I always like to keep this little plastic piece to keep it from drying out. And now I'm going to go in with some powder blush just to set this, and this is Mauvy Matters from Physicians Formula. And it just gives you a bunch of shades, and you just mix it all together. Round and around she goes. And so by doing the highlight first, you're sure not to wipe anything off, and it can still peek through. I still see it. The bronzer I'm going to do today is by Lawless, and I did get mine at, I think it was TJ Maxx, and mine is in the shade Golden Hour. And you would think it's warm, but it really isn't. It's a nice color. I'll show you in a swipe. And I'm going to use the Supreme Finisher 01. And look, it fits in there so nicely. And I've got a new powder highlighter I wanted to try out today. This one's by Melt. It's the Gold Ore highlight. And I did not have a brush I thought that was appropriate, so I'm going to use this little Fenty brush. Let's see what number, on 135. And this one is pretty blinding. So I think a little bit is going to go a long way. I've seen some older women start to do it down here, but I just can't bring myself to do that, because, you know, it does kind of highlight the wrinkles. I've got a lot right in here. And I'm probably going to do just a little bit of my Carson powder. This is like, it's like magic for me. And I think it's $18 on Amazon. Black magnet, waterproof. I get the one that's got the pink swirl. I like to use the little puff that comes with it. And I just kind of put my finger in, and I'm going to be pushing with my finger. Go around and around. And this is for camouflaging the pores. Can you see what that does? Then when you're done, if you feel too powdery, you can melt it all back together. One of my favorite sprays is this Live Glam Mist Independent. And I got this at Marshall's. And what sold me on it, I go around and I do like this before I buy something. And I loved the smell. A good smell will get me every time. So I'm going to melt this all back together with my Mist Independent Hydrating Spray. Now it looks like one that Tarte makes, but I don't have that one. So I may try to grab that sometime and compare. Okay, now for lips. I have a couple of things to de-recommend. I got, and I have the just regular matte liquid lip by Revlon like this, but these were metallic. And I thought, ooh, the frosty lip is coming back in. I'm going to try this and see if I like it. So the pink is not as bad. I'll show you what it looks like on the lips. So not so bad, but it's not really shiny. Not very frosty. That color, let's see, was 690 HD Gleam. And the next one is 715 HD Glow. Is it Flame? F-L-A-M-M-E or Flame? I don't know. There is no little accent mark on the E. So, okay, so I'm going to wipe that one off and try this Flame or Flame. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty color. But I just didn't care for that. It like almost canceled out my lips altogether. So those were a disappointment. I was hoping they would be metallic like it said. And I don't think they are. But you can tell because I used, you know, the LA Girl lip stain that I still have a little bit of color. So I'm loving that. But I did get a couple of other lippies yesterday that I love. I'm going to start off though with this Kimchi Chic Beauty liner, and this one is in Nude Sensation 03 Bento Babes, and it came in a kit. And I got a new NARS lipstick, number 201 Voyeur. And here's what it looks like. Isn't that a nice nude? I'm really into this kind of nude shade. And when I go treasure hunting, it's not all about finding the cheap stuff. Sometimes it's about finding something really luxe that probably I've never seen before. This is a gloss by Chantecaille. I don't have anything by them. And this one's called, this is Brilliant Gloss in Modern. And it comes with a little brush. Very shiny, has a little bit of glow in it. So I feel special with this now. Now for some setting spray. Here's the one I was looking for. The Miracle Flawless. And when MCO Beauty had their sale on April the 4th, 4-4, this was on sale for $4.44. And it is a dupe for the Charlotte. And I think the sprayer's a little bit better. Here we go. Nice scent. I love it. So here's my look for the day. Gonna go thrifting, and I haven't been in a few weeks, so I'm very excited. Everything feels very comfy, not too thick, very nice light feeling on the face, but I got good coverage. Thank you for watching today, as always. I really appreciate it. I'm having a good time doing this. Please like and subscribe and share with any other friends you know that love to watch makeup videos. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well, and I hope spending this time with me always takes your mind off of things for just a little while, and I hope to see you next time, or I hope you see me next time.